Hello, dear friends. A warm welcome to all. Myself, Dr. Shiva Krishna. Today we are going to discuss about achievement tests based on Nakomek and Yagar taxonomy. Achievement tests measure the effects of the learning that occurred under partially known and controlled conditions. The construction and administration of an achievement test involves the following steps: designing the test, preparing the blueprint, preparation of items, editing of question paper, administering the test, scoring the test, question-wise analysis, and evaluation of the test. Design of the test is the first step. It involves four dimensions: weightages to domain, weightages to content, weightages to type of questions, and weightages to difficulty level. Weightage to domain means what objectives are to be tested and what weightages are to be given to the different domains will be stated. As we know, Macomic and Yagar taxonomy involves 5 domains: knowledge domain, process domain, application domain, creativity domain, and attitude domain. Here we are taking into account knowledge, process, and application. A sample is given below: the serial number, domain, marks related to each domain, and the percentage of marks given. The total marks is 25. The weightage to content is the next step. The content to be tested and the weightage to be given to different areas of content are stated in this design. It involves serial number, subunit, the marks, and the percentage of marks. An example is shown here. Weightage to form of questions. Form of question to be used and the weightages to different form of questions are stated in this design. An example is given here: objective, short answer, and essay. Weightage to difficulty level. The test items should be constructed to have easy, average, and difficult questions. Example is given here: serial number, difficulty level. As we know, it involves easy, average, and difficult questions. The marks related to each question and the percentage is given. Preparation of blueprint. Blueprint is a three-dimensional chart indicating the distribution of objective-wise, content-wise, and type of questions. It will give the design in concrete terms. A sample blueprint is shown here. Domain is represented: knowledge, process, and application. Content is represented as Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3. And the type of questions is represented as objective, short answer, and essay. Subtotal and total has to be mentioned here. The preparation of items. What are the precautions that we have to take into account? The item should have an identifiable objective. Item should be presented which makes it easy and clear for people. Avoid repetitive items. Grammatical consistency should be maintained. Editing of question paper. Questions should be arranged in the increasing order of difficulty. Write general instructions clearly. Instructions should be dependent upon the subject. Specific instructions related to particular question must be written before the question. Total time and total mark allotted should be given at the beginning. For the administration of the test, the editing may have important implications. Collection of answers is to be done immediately after the time mentioned. Scoring of the test involves scoring key and value form or marking. Scoring key should be prepared for objective type items. Question number and keys are shown. Marking scheme should be prepared for short answer and essay type questions. The marking scheme gives expected outlines of the answer and marks for each point or aspect of the question. For example, question number. For a particular question, the value points, marks and total can be given. Preparation of question-based analysis. The question paper is analyzed in terms of subunit. Objectives. We can write a domain also since it is Macomac and another domain. And specification, types of questions, marks and estimate rank. The question paper is set in conformity with the group. And the evaluation of the test is the last step in the construction of an achievement test. Hope all of you are now watching this effectively. Thank you.